Get that going. Yes, we're live on Facebook. And
Hi,
now,
Facebook.
hello. And then we're going to go with Zoom. And then, hi Bernadette.
Hi, Bernadette.
Yes, and we flipped. And then, so you don't see me anymore, we're going to spin the camera around so you can see the beautiful Vicky.
Good
All
evening.
right. Hello. Now, can I just check the framing one more time, Vix? Can you
Yes.
stand up for this one just because I've moved it? All right. Pretty good. 2 people have entered the waiting room. Can you reach up once more?
Yes.
Beautiful. You are gorgeous.
You might have to let them in from the waiting room.
Oh.
Do you have that option?
See waiting room?
Yes.
Admit all.
Yes.
Thank you for that.
No, that's fine.
All right, cool. Well, we'll just come around the front, or just maybe come around the front and so you can see. I wonder who's Facebook. Can you hear me? Dun, dun, dun. Let's get our audio. All right. Hello, Zoom land. Hello, Facebook land. Vicky and Emily here. All right, we've got Janice watching on Zoom. Lakshay, Kathy Jackson, Beth Sutton, oh my goodness, Bernadette Lakash, Augusta, hello guys, good to see you all. Beautiful. All right, so we'll just check, hopefully they can hear us on Facey. I think I'm getting messages. Mercedes, fabulous, thanks Mercedes. And then I'll tip it back down. Unfortunately, I can't see your messages at the moment on Facebook, but I can see who's coming in. And Yohei. Lovely. All right, guys. Good to see you too, Janice. All right. So, is it time? Make sure I'm out in front of the camera. Sorry if I'm blocking you, Vix.
No,
Feel
that's
free to
okay.
adjust.
That's okay.
All right. So, it's 6 o'clock. So, I'm going to have a little chat to you guys about what we're up to today. I even messaged Vicky today to just ask her, how are your arms going, Vicky? Because I didn't know if she'd been doing too much practice and I didn't want to overdo it for her. So we are doing a bit of arm strength. So today it's really about getting onto the autopilot. So what happens when we have a beautiful flow practice? Now, as a yoga teacher, I'm one of the first people who loves a practice where I know the choreography and I can just let go. And that's awesome. It's one of my favorite practices. But sometimes what happens in those practices is that we lack technique for starters, and also that we hit plateaus. So our bodies get really good at plank, chaturanga, up dog, down dog, and our body doesn't learn new variations or new strength. So today, we're gonna mess with it a little bit. And this is not only gonna challenge any habits for your body, but it's gonna challenge habits for your mind. And of course, I'll give kneeling variations and other variations, whether you wanna go stronger or keep it simpler. I'm actually going to get Vix to do a little demo with me before we even start the class of what this is going to look like. So I'm going to get her a kneeling plank and I'll get out the way. So what we're going to be doing in our chaturangas today, guys, and this is going to be the kneeling variation first, is you're going to shift shoulders past the fingers, lower chaturanga, then take a cobra or up dog, yes. Now back to chaturanga, bend the elbows, push up to plank, tuck the toes, down dog. So that's the kneeling variation, and it's strong enough. Now we're going to try the full plank, plank variation. So shift forward through plank, Vix, chaturanga, up dog. Now the toes have to retuck. Chaturanga again, watch her toes. Push up plank. Oh, good girl, down dog. So we're going to have Vix do that one more time throughout the class, do the full flow. But if she decides to do the kneeling, she can, just like you can at home. But overall, we're only going to be doing that about five times throughout the whole class. Good news for all of you and Vicky, it is time to begin on your back. Vicky's like, thank goodness. So I'm teasing. It's not going to be the most intense thing you've ever done. But really, what you're going to probably find is that your mind will be a little more scrambled than your body. So let's come on our back. And now you've seen this interesting variation. We're going to begin. In your own time, I want you to take a big inhale through your nose. Release through your mouth. And again, inhale. Release. And once more in. Release. And now I want you to breathe in through your nose and out through your nose. And as you breathe in through your nose and out through your nose, can you allow that breath to reach a little bit deeper down into your belly, down into your low lungs? So being a practice where we're not going to be on autopilot, the breath count today is going to be an in for 4, a pause for 4, out for 6, and pause for 2. So I'm going to be doing the counting. And I just want you, if possible, to come with me as you breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4, pause, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, pause, 2, in, 2, 3, 4, pause, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, pause, 2, in, 2, 3, 4, pause, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, pause, 2, breathe in, pause, out, pause, breathe in. So just allow that breath now to come back to maybe a rhythm that's more comfortable, more reflexive. And I just want you throughout this practice to notice, if possible, what the feedback is from the mind. What certain postures do to your mind state. That is what the interest is in this practice, not whether you can or cannot do the challenging variation of chaturanga, up dog, back to chaturanga, etc. What I'm interested in is, what does your mind make of it? Can it handle a change? Yeah, I know. I want you, when you're ready, to bend the knees, bring your knees in towards your chest. And I kind of feel bad doing this to your yoga practice, doing things like messing up the vinyasas in a way, because the world is changing and the rug's been pulled out and I'm pulling the rug a little further. I want you, when you're ready, to, from those knees in towards your chest, open your arms up wide into a T shape. And instead of your knees being over your navel as they are for Vicky now, yes, knees over the hips and tabletop the legs. So you want your shins perfect, parallel to the floor. So you've created that nice 90-degree shape with your legs. Take an inhale at center. Exhale, lower the legs to the right. Hover just off the floor with the legs. Wake up the obliques. Inhale through center. Exhale to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale to the right. If you want, you can straighten the legs. It's optional. Bend and back to center. Well done, Vicky. Exhale to the left. Take your time. Option to straighten. Rebend. Inhale back. Very good. From center, I want you to now stretch both legs up towards the ceiling, very active through your feet, as if you're standing on the ceiling. Now, this next sequence, I want you to listen to your neck. If it really does not feel great to lift head, neck, and shoulders off the floor, you can drop your head back down at any point. I don't want you to stress your neck out. So option to lift head, neck and shoulders off the floor. Reach the fingers past the buttocks. Yes, that's it. Nice. So take an inhale here. Exhale, lower your left leg to hover just off the floor. Take hold of the back of the right thigh or right calf. Good. That nice hover of that left leg works a little bit more pelvic floor. And as you can see, you might find it comfortable to slide your hand up to your ankle. Very good. And switch. Left leg up, right leg down, taking hold of the other leg. That's it. Neck is nice and long, chin tucked in toward the chest. That's good. Jalandhara Bandha engagement for the throat. For 3. That's it. Nice. For 2. Fabulous. Both legs to the ceiling. Relax head, neck and shoulders to the floor. If you did pick up any tension, maybe even rock the head side to side. Work that neck out a little bit. Bend the knees, take hold of the thighs, Navasana, a little bit of a boat pose. Rock yourself. You can rock many times if you want. Good. So we meet in that Navasana. And yes, your hands can stay behind your legs. Your hands can stretch out. If you really want, you can straighten the legs. But some of us, yeah, well done, Vicky. You might be ready for that. For 3, 2, well done. Release the feet, rock yourselves over to hands and knees, tabletop position. So in your tabletop, I just want you to work a little bit of your cat-cow here. So you're going to work through the spine, just mobilizing the back in any way that feels good. Beautiful. Originating that movement from the pelvis, from the tailbone. The last thing to move in that ripple is the head. Perfect. And if you find there are other ways, more creative ways you want to move the spine, just go there. Just noticing, how are my shoulders, back, neck? How are my wrists today? So if you're shifting weight around and over, yeah, you might even turn those hands backward. Have the wrists facing forward instead of backward. And when you're ready, coming back into that tabletop position, the toes tuck under. I want you from here to drop the belly, look forward, take that cat or cow. And the exhale, knees hover an inch or 2 off the floor. Tuck the chin, working, yes, so you're still working into that lift. Knees down, inhale, look forward. Now round the back this time, Vic, tuck the chin. That's it, knees 2 inches off the floor. Good, that's it. Knees down, inhale, look forward. It's the same cat-cow movement. Exhale, push off the floor. Beautiful. For 3, hold and hover the knees off the earth now. For 3, 2, down dog. Stretch on back. And once you come back to that down dog, yeah, any movement that feels appealing, you might pedal out the feet. Just noticing if stillness feels a preference. How does your back feel? Your calves, your hamstrings, your shoulders. We're going to mobilize with some rolling dog. So rippling forward through a plank in your own time. Bend the knees, bottom to heels, and just keep that rolling motion going, rippling forward, waking up the arms, waking up the core muscles, the joints. One more this direction. See that lovely ripple through the spine. And then from down dog, you can change direction. Bend the knees, shooting forward through that plank. Lovely downward facing dog. This time just 2 more this direction. Really starting to wake up through the arms and the core muscles. Once you come back to that down dog, just notice that breath. And can you really breathe wide into your back? Wonderful. Walk the hands to the back of your yoga mat. Taking a half lift. Inhale. And exhale, you fold. And just hang out here. And your variation, there's a lovely variation that Vicky, you do sometimes where I want you to take your hands behind your head and just lengthening the back of your neck a little bit. So adding that little bit of pressure on the back of your head. Just noticing, how is that space feeling through the back of the neck and the upper back? One more full deep breath. Wonderful. Release your arms, rolling up through standing. The arms reach up and wide. Inhale. Exhale, you fold. Walk the hands forward, plank position. It's time for our first attempt at this variation, and the kneeling one's a bit weirder. So I want you from here to place your knees to the floor. Shift shoulders past the fingertips, lower. Very good. Back bend. That's it. Now back to chaturanga, elbows bent. Good. Up to kneeling plank. Down dog, tuck the toes. Nice. How did you go? Did that really scramble your brain? Well done, well done. From here, walk your hands to the back of your yoga mat. Take a half lift. Inhale. And exhale, you fold. Arms reach up and wide. Exhale, you fold. Walking the hands forward. Once more, knees come to the floor in your own time. Lower, chaturanga. Back bend, shoulders roll back. Back to chaturanga. That's it. So it works from the navel. Push up, navel. That's it. Down dog. So if you want to stick with the kneeling variation, I know, strange as it is, you can stick with that. Otherwise, I'm going to challenge you next round to do the full plank. From your downward facing dog, shift the gaze to the front of your yoga mat. Soften your knees, chair pose, step or hop. So in that chair, find something comfy for your shoulders. So yes, I like to do exactly what Vicky does, which is cactus the arms to open across the chest. You're going to be using your triceps more today, and so opening across the chest will feel a little bit better. You'll also be working across the muscles in the pecs. Take one more full deep breath. On your exhale, fold, sweep the hands behind your back, clasp the hands, stretch the hands away from the back. And that's lovely, lengthening the shoulders away from your ears to create space in your neck. Yes, and then the hands can move away from the back. Just noticing how the shoulders feel as you stretch out this way. For 3, for 2. Release the hands, sweep past the feet, reach up to the ceiling, light back bend, yes. And exhale, you fold. Take a half lift, inhale. Step back through plank. Very good. Shift forward. Knees on or off the floor, lower halfway. Now up dog, flip the feet. Now you tuck the toes again, chaturanga. Bend the elbows, yes. Push up plank, yes, Vicky. Downward facing dog. Well done. How was that? How'd you go? And some of you are like, Emily, I'm just sticking to my vinyasas. That's okay, but I want you to give it a go. This is where we hit plateaus, and I'm challenging you guys to push through and work something new with your strength. Surprise your body. From your down dog, let's come to hands and knees. Yes, hands and knees. So I want you from here in this hands and knees position to lengthen your right leg to the back of the room. Right hand lifts to the ceiling, kneeling side plank. So keep your right foot down on the floor for now, Vix. That's it, beautiful. So we're going to do a little bit of that rolling side plank work. So inhale, reach over the ear and sweep past the face. Good, bend into that back knee as you come back. Sorry, I tipped the Zoom camera, guys. Gorgeous. Now keep working there, bending and rolling back. That's it. Lovely. So you're working into that hip as you sweep back. Very good. Nice. And this time, just reach overhead towards the ceiling. I want you to now lift that right leg off the floor, active right foot. Very good. So we're going to be detailed with what this right foot and hip does. I want you to turn your right hip outward so your toes turn toward the ceiling. Bring your knee toward your armpit, step to the top of the mat, kneeling lunge. Perfect. So from here, let the shoulders drop away from the ears. Very good. Just taking one more breath in this extension to get a bit of length. Lovely. Fingertips to the floor, hands frame your front foot. Now, can you in this low lunge, you might need to be on your fingertips, broaden your collarbone to the front of the space. That's it. Take an inhale. Half Hanuman. Exhale. We repeat. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. That's it. So once more, the inhale, broaden the collarbones forward. And exhale, you fold. And let's hang out in that half Hanuman. So you relax the neck, toes working back toward your face. And of course, if you're quite open in your hamstrings and you need a full Hanuman, you can go there. But half Hanuman is enough. Just noticing how the hamstrings respond. Couple more breaths. Well done. Rebend that front knee, plant the palms, tuck the back toes, three-legged dog. Kick that right leg up and back, bend the knee, peel open the hip. Gorgeous. And keeping the shoulders nice and square, and push that left heel down into the mat. Very good. Now you have a choice here. You can skip the flow or we add it in. Foot to the floor. Shift forward through plank. Exhale, lower, chaturanga. Up dog or back bend. Now tuck the toes again. Back to chaturanga, elbows bend. Good. Push up to plank. Yes, down dog. Champion, well done. Take an inhale through the nose. Through the mouth. Inhale. And out. One more in. And out. Tabletop, hands and knees to the floor. Lovely. Left leg lengthens to the back of the space, keeping that left foot on the floor. Left hand rises to ceiling. If you need to adjust the position of your right foot for more stability, you might need to, yes, exactly, wing it off your mat a little bit. Sweeping the arm past the face. Perfect, Vicky, as you bend that back knee and you're trying to create big circular motions through that shoulder. And let that neck be relaxed, whatever that means for you. That's it. So you're mobilizing through the shoulder, mobilizing through the torso. One more full sweep. And after this next sweep, that hand now reaches to the ceiling. You float that left leg. Yes, so it's in line with that left hip. And just noticing your breathing. Noticing the shape and the sensations in this shape. So that left foot now turns outward toward the ceiling. Toes point to the ceiling. Knee to the armpit. Step the foot to the top of the mat. Low lunge. Hands reach up to the ceiling just to reset. Shoulders drop away from the ears. Beautiful, Vicky. It's really easy in the class we're doing today for this neck and shoulders to get tense and to overwork, and I'm totally aware of that, and we're going to be really mindful tonight about how we work the shoulders and neck, and we'll give them a stretch out at the end too. Hands to the floor. Keep on your fingertips or even hands on blocks to open your clavicle to the front. Inhale, half Hanuman. Exhale. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Two more. In breath, open. Exhale, close. Last one. Exhale, Adho Hanuman, half split. I know some of you were comfy going full split. Totally up to you. I'm interested in just working the hamstrings some length, getting space in your spine and your neck. Beautiful. One more full deep breath. Well done. Rebend that front knee, plant the palms, tuck the right toes, kick that left leg up and back, three-legged dog, bend the knee, peel open the hip, and that's it. Yeah, good. We're squaring off through the shoulders as stability is important tonight. Right heel down. That's it. Foot to the floor, shift forward through plank, lower chaturanga. Flip the feet for the back bend. Now retuck the toes, chaturanga, bend the elbows, yes. Push up plank, yes. Down dog. Oh, you're doing so good. Well done. Big inhale through the nose, through the mouth. Inhale and out. Once more in and out. Lovely. Shift the gaze to the hands. Malasana, squat. You step or float the feet outside the hands. Very nice. So we're just going to take a moment here to stay upright in that Malasana. And I just want you to notice, how's the neck and shoulders going? So yeah, let the shoulders drop, and even if it feels good to let one ear drop to the shoulder or wind the head around the circle, just notice, has this slightly more challenging way of working with the flow, what has it done, if anything, to how your neck and shoulders feel? Have you picked up any excess tension? Very good. Just a couple more breaths there. Well done. Forward fold. Let your head hang. Gorgeous. So we're just going to do a little bit of an unusual variation here. I think we might have done it a couple of weeks ago, Vix. It's if standing split and a three-legged dog had a baby. So we're going to shift the weight over onto the left foot first. So you're going to now lift that right leg, three-legged dog it, bend the knee, peel open the hip. So you see it's a hybrid where that left leg is straight as in standing splits, but we're bending that knee and peeling open the hips so the pelvis is no longer stable. And yes, Vix has done a great thing here by bringing in her block. So you can either keep your hands on the floor like so, or you can sweep your left hand back if you wish to take hold of the foot. Now, I don't mind if you're pulling that heel into the bum or if you're kicking it back, it does not matter. This is interesting enough, and you might not even have needed this step, but if you want an extra step, your right hand might even wrap around your left calf. It's a hybrid pose, and it is more challenging. Yes, you can see Vicky's been very clever. She's very body aware. She has dropped her right hip to make it easier. Not necessarily what I'm after. I'm just being cheeky. She's just so body aware that her body knows how to make things more stable. Well done. So from here, release. Let that right foot drop to the floor for a moment. Lovely. And just notice how things are feeling through spine, through neck. Did you pick up any tension in that neck? Doing that odd variation. So it's more challenging when the pelvis is unstable. So we'll see how we go this side. Shift the weight onto the right leg. Lift that left leg. Peel open that left hip. Bend that knee. Lovely. And from here you might sweep that right hand back. That's it. You might take hold of the foot. So this might be sufficient. Yes, it's interesting enough. Otherwise, you might even try and wrap your left hand around your calf. And yes, you're really challenging yourself this time, Vicky. That hip hasn't squared off. Well done. Well done. For 3, for 2. Oh, well done. When you're ready, both feet release to the floor. Slowly, slowly rippling up through standing in your own time. Arms reach up and wide. Inhale. Sweep your hands behind your back, clasp your hands, roll the shoulders back and down, that's it, and opening up through the chest. So we've had a nice bit of time of distraction off our arms. We're going to be returning to a bit of arm work and then be doing our standing sequence from here. So releasing the hands, let the shoulders just drop down and away from the ears. Lovely. Arms reach up and wide, inhale. Exhale, you fold. Half lift, inhale. Step back, plank position. Very good. So keep your feet like so, rolling onto your left hand. Oh, yes, left hand first, and right arm reaches to the ceiling. So you're going to come into side plank, but your right foot is going to be in front. So you see Vicky has moved it. She is not stacking her feet. Now reach that right arm over the ear. If this is too strong, you're going to go back to kneeling side plank, how we started the last sequence. Sweep the arm past the face, bend into the knee. That's it, Vix. Inhale, sweep out. Exhale, unusual. Yes. Inhale, reach. And exhale past the face. One more full circle. Inhale, reach. Exhale past the face. Now this time, reach up to the ceiling. Float that right foot up. Step to the top of your mat. Low runner's lunge. Frame your front foot. Broaden your collarbone. Inhale. Exhale, straighten that front leg. Feel free to use blocks under hands. Inhale, bend. Sternum open. Exhale, straighten. 2 more. Inhale. Option to even. Exhale, come on the heel of that front foot as Vicky is. Once more, inhale, bend. And exhale, straighten. So relax your neck now. The more challenging variation is to be on the heel of that front foot. And if possible, I don't want you to have stepped that left foot in. So it's not traditional pyramid. It's a deep split variation of pyramid. Good. One more full breath. Well done. Bend that front knee. Setting up the crescent lunge. Push that right foot down into the floor. Lovely strength. Shoulders relax away from the ears. Relax the neck. Inhale. Warrior two. Exhale. Inhale, front palm turns up. Exalts. Half moon. So I want you to shift the weight onto that right leg. So she's got a nice deep split warrior two. So just to wiggle forward. Now, Vix, you're going to show us what I'd rather you not all do. Getting the hands into the floor and sinking that weight down into the floor. Yes, that's not where we're headed. I want you to get light on your fingertips, or please do option to use your block. Yes, Vicky, can you, if you are using the screen, don't worry if you're not, but if you are using the screen, you'll notice that her torso is in a wonderful line from her hip now. Option from here to raise the left hand up to the ceiling, your variation of half moon. It's up to you where you're working here, but yes, Vicky's not even going to use support now. You might hover your hand off that block and really wake up the obliques. You can even bring right hand to heart for 3, 2, warrior two. When you're ready, gorgeous. Inhale, exalt your warrior. Exhale, windmilling the hands to the floor. Back to plank position. You know where we're going. Lower, exhale. Back bend, flip the feet. Tuck the toes again, chaturanga. Push up, in breath. Down dog, exhale, well done. Inhale through the nose. Release through your mouth. Release excess heat. Inhale. Exhale. Once more in and out. Very good. From here, your choice to work child's pose, down dog, dolphin, or even heart melting pose. Between sides, oh wow, choosing dolphin, well done. So you're just going to work a bit of recovery here, whether that's your child's pose, your down dog, your dolphin. Deep breaths into your back. So it's a lot of shoulder here tonight, a lot of arm work. Those of you who are doing heart melting pose or dolphin, you'll be lengthening out those triceps that we're working extra hard tonight. Well done. Whenever you are ready, back to your downward facing dog. We'll do a brief transition to get off those arms. Shift the gaze to the top of them again. Malasana, your squat. Yes, so we come out of the arms and into the hips. Breathe into your back. And yeah, that's really nice, Vix. You might choose to sway or move a little bit. Just do what feels right. We're off those arms for a moment. Relax the shoulders. Deep breaths. Just noticing what energy is in the body. Well done. When you're ready, lift the booty, forward fold. Relax that neck. Wiggle the feet back to a more comfortable distance. Slowly roll up through standing. Arms reach up and wide. Inhale. Hands sweep behind your back. Clasp the hands. Exhale. Shoulders roll back. Neck is long. Beautiful. Just noticing that opening across the chest. Deep breaths. Well done. Release the hands. Arms reach up and wide. Inhale. Yes. And exhale, you fold. Take a half lift. Back to your plank. So keeping those feet about hip width distance in that plank, roll onto the right hand, side plank with your left foot in front of your right. So it's almost like a scissor side plank. The left arm reaches to sky. Reach past your ear overhead. Inhale. Sweep past the face. Bend into the knees. That's it. So you're creating these big cyclical movements. And if this is just a little too strong, remember the side plank variation is perfect. Very good. One more full circle. Now come back to that side plank variation. Float that left foot to the ceiling. Step it to the top of the mat. Very good. Frame that front foot. Low runner's lunge. Open clavicle. Exhale, straight left leg. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Last one. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten, and now we hold. So you're working into this pyramid split variation. Relax the neck. Breathe into your back. Rebend that front knee. Rise up slowly. Crescent lunge. Pushing those feet down into the earth. Inhale. Warrior two. Exhale. Inhale, exalt, left arm rises. Now half moon. You need to use that leverage as you now lean forward, tip, and lift that right leg. And that left hand is either just touching that block or hovering off the earth. Do not sink your weight down into the floor. So you've got a nice open, active shape. The fact is, when you sink that left hand down into the floor, you're actually not doing service to your waist muscles, your obliques. So by staying in this lovely lengthened shape where the torso is in line with the leg, it's much more challenging. Very good. Warrior two, softly. Exalt once more. Inhale. Cycle the hands to the floor. Plant the palms. Plank position. You know where we're going. Chaturanga. Up dog, flip the feet. Retuck the toes, back to chaturanga. You got to drop the chest, pull up through the navel, push up, plank. Down dog. Big inhale through the nose. Release through the mouth. Inhale. Release. Once more in. Release. When you are ready, your choice between child's pose, heart melting pose, dolphin, down dog, your choice. Now, Vix, I'm going to actually instruct you, when you're doing heart melting pose, can you do the variation where you bring your elbows to the floor and your hands behind your head? Yes, that one. So the reason why I'm offering this variation of heart melter that you can see Vix doing, and that some of you might be joining in on, is it opens up the triceps. So you've just done a lot of work on your triceps. Well done. Breathe. Deep, deep breaths. Couple more full deep breaths into your back. I want you in your own time, no rush, to slide your way down onto your bellies. No rush whatsoever. You're going to come down onto that tummy and just let your hands relax at your side. Doesn't matter if your forehead's down or an ear's down, that's up to you. Well done. You've done a lot of strong arm, shoulder work. We're now going to strengthen up the spine a little bit with a bit of locust, a bit of dhanurasana. So I want you in your own time to bring your forehead or chin back to center. Locust pose is first. So on your inhale, rolling the shoulders back, chest lifts, hands lift, feet lift, neck is long. That's it, just flying the hands by your side. The feet float. You feel the back line of your body activating, strengthening for 3, for 2. When you are ready, release. Let an ear drop to the floor if you wish. And if it feels nice to wiggle the bottom from side to side, do as you wish. Wonderful. So you might stick with this, just chilling out a little longer, or even stick with this shape that we just did, our locust. Otherwise, we're going to work our Dhanurasana next. So Dhanurasana, bow pose, but I would like you for this round to not hold your ankles. So I want you in your own time to bend your knees. Doesn't matter if you like to point your feet or flex your feet. From here, rolling the shoulders back on your inhale, chest lifts. That's it, flying and working to, that's it. It's almost as if you want to reach the legs, that's it, but you're not going to hold on to them. Well done. For 3, for 2, release. Option if you want to, windscreen wiper the legs from side to side, or even just wiggle the buttocks. Just do what feels comfortable. Now, if you're finding that I don't really need to do a third variation of back bend, you're more than welcome to omit it, to skip it. Otherwise, with me, I want you, when you're ready, to go full Dhanurasana, where you might be taking hold of ankles or hold of shins. Doesn't matter which way today. You can hold outsides or insides. Vicky's opting for the inside. When you're ready, the feet kick back and that lifts you and levers you off the floor. And you'll notice that hopefully there's a lot more assistance now from how much those feet are pulling you back through the chest. Kick the feet back for 3, for 2, release when you're ready. Release the legs or windscreen wiper or adjust in any way you like. Just a couple more deep breaths. In your own time, child's pose, hands by the chest, bottom to heels. It doesn't matter if your knees are wide or knees are touching. Just lengthening out through the spine and breathing into your back. So in today's practice, we have one more standing balance posture. And then from there, it's all downhill, all into the floor. So I want you, in no rush, to shift yourself back up into hands and knees. Downward facing dog in your own time. I want you to slowly walk your feet toward your hands. Take a half lift. Exhale, you fold. Arms reach up and wide. Inhale. Hands to your heart. Exhale. So there is a reason why we have kneaded our hamstrings, why we have kneaded our waist. And we're not going to use the shoulders and arms, which is good. We are going to be transitioning from half moon, dancer, to half moon or Chapasana. So I want you to have that block handy in front of you, Vix. So yes, on the tallest setting is a very good idea. And don't worry if you don't have a block at home, even if you're not going down all the way, or if you have something else to catch you when you bring your hands down, might help. So dancer pose, let's start with shifting the weight over onto the left leg, bending your right knee and taking hold of your foot. Now, it's up to you, inside or outside. Good, yeah. Usually big toe side is a good idea. Left hand reaches up. Now, I want you from here to kick that foot up and back, dancer. Don't be thinking about the next step. So as you're working into that dancer, breathe. Keep that foot kicked back into the hand, just as you did in bow pose, slowly winching down. Left hand might connect to block. Now, we don't want you digging all that weight. And yes, she didn't get prepared for this. She's doing well. So if you fall out, you go again. So instead of letting all that weight hanging to the floor, be light and work your waist. So this is your Chapasana. So this is when things get a little more interesting. You're going to come back up to dancer and hold your dancer. So you need to push the foot into the hand, slowly winching up. Can you hold your dancer? Are you breathing? For 3, for 2, Well done. Release. Fabulous work. Not easy. You made it look much easier than it is. All right, we're going to work onto the second side. It's an experiment. If you fall out, then go again. It happens, it does, and it certainly should and will happen in this. Usually, I think that's one thing I want to do today is we're switching off the autopilot, and so it's actually good when we fall out because it means we're doing something different and interesting and the body is actually receiving something new. Okay, let's shift the weight onto the right leg. Dancer pose. You're going to bend that left knee, taking hold of the foot, perhaps on the inside of the foot. Right arm reaches up. So you need to feel pulled in two directions. So kick that left foot back, winching forward nice and slow. You might transition now, and it's optional. You can stick with just dancer or winch forward. Maybe use your block if you have that handy. And you're working that Chapasana. Of course, if you want to get extra strong, you don't have too much weight on the block or the hand at all, but that's optional. Slowly, you square off the hip. Push the foot into the hand. Can you come back to dancer and hold that dancer? Well done. For 3, for 2, release, foot to the floor. Well done. Hands come to your heart, shoulders drop. Can you just after that, because often what happens when we're standing on one leg and joining poses together, we hold the breath. So take a big inhale through your nose, release through your mouth. Inhale, release. Once more in, release. Beautiful. Arms reaching up and wide, you flow. Exhale. Good. Now I'm not watching you, but if you want to add it in, back through plank and add that vinyasa. Can you challenge yourself to not go autopilot? Up dog. Tuck the toes, chaturanga. Push up plank. Yes, you can. From the core, from the navel, down dog. Good news, pigeon pose. Right leg lifts, right knee to right wrist. I shouldn't say that because some of you are like, that's not good news at all, Emily. So upright, if you want to do back bends, you can. You can work into your mermaid, anything like that. If you would rather just forward fold and stretch your glutes, you can. Yeah, good. Vicky's like, yep, on second thought, I'm going to do that. So really, this is just a bit of a come down, a bit of love for your hips. So really, especially after the work you've done through your shoulders, I'd really love you to relax your neck. Whatever, yeah, that's lovely. So you might adjust the position, whatever works. Deep breaths. Just breathing into your back. Just taking a couple more full breaths here. And in your own time, slowly, slowly coming up. We're going to work into a seated twist, so let that right hip drop to the floor. Sweep that left leg around. If you find that your both sit bones, yeah, that's it. If both sit bones don't easily connect with the floor, then you can always stretch your right leg out in front, working, yes, just as Vicky's doing there, an extended variation, which is just as strong a twist. Inhale, right arm reaches up, lengthen. Exhale, you twist. So as that elbow crosses over the leg, your left fingertips on the floor behind you. Every inhale, you grow taller. Every exhale, you twist deeper. And just notice your breath. When you are ready, I want you to counter twist away the other direction. Beautiful. Both hands to the floor. And in your own time, lifting up. You can unravel the legs. Bring both knees in toward the chest. We're going to rock over into downward facing dog. Pigeon. We're going to head back over into pigeon. So you can rock around, you can swing around, doesn't matter. And of course, if you're really gung-ho, you can add another one of those flows. But otherwise, left leg lifts. No, you don't have to, Vicky. Left leg through. Well done. So some of you are staying upright for back bends, etc. And others taking that forward fold. And just really breathing into your back. Just allowing the nervous system to come down and calm a little bit. The practice we've done today required a lot of mental focus, as well as strong physical work and concentration. When you're ready, I want you to walk those hands in toward you, no rush. Shifting the weight onto that left glute, sweep that right leg around, the seated twist. Left arm reaches up, you lengthen, inhale, exhale, crossing over the leg, and your right fingertips are behind you, supporting you. Every inhale you grow taller, and every exhale you twist a little deeper. Really observing how the neck and shoulders feel here. When you're ready, counter twist to the left. And back up to center. Lovely. So we're going to, from here, just unravel the legs. And stretching both legs out in front, we're going to be doing a seated forward fold, Paschimottanasana. So in your own time, lengthening up through the spine. And on your exhale, you fold. So those of you who do my classes quite frequently, you'll have noticed that today, unlike a lot of sequences I teach, usually I do a lot of mobility work at the start, because a lot of my classes are aiming toward a peak pose that really require a lot of mobility. Today's class, however, a little different because it was a lot of strength focused work. We're doing more come down at the end, especially as it's the evening as well. So really in this forward fold, notice how the neck is responding, and it's okay if you choose to keep the neck long, or if you even choose to drop the head and get more stretch through the back of the neck. That's entirely up to you. Just a couple more deep breaths into your back. And when you're ready, slowly sitting up. So we're going to, from here, cross the ankles, and maybe even if you have something to sit on, like a rolled up blanket or a block, feel free to go there. And maybe even orientate yourself this way, Vic, so we can see you from the front. So we're just going to do a little bit of gentle neck stretching from here. So we're going to do, let's bring right hand overhead, taking hold of the side of the head and just letting that ear drop down. Now, some of you will find that you don't even need that hand to help you. So you might even test what it's like without the hand, just noticing if you need it or not. The other thing you can experiment with is what your left hand is doing. So yeah, you might move that left hand away from you a little bit, stretch it away. Or you might even wiggle into the left fingertips. Yeah, just noticing. Yeah, do you feel that up in the neck? Mm-hmm. It's good, hey? So this is just kind of massaging into those neck muscles. So now we're going to work from that side profile now on the corner. So you're going to tuck the chin in toward that right shoulder, and your hand might move more to the back corner of your head, and you might work on the angle. So it's up to you if that left hand is relaxed or if it's wiggling, it doesn't matter. I just want you to notice what's useful. When you're ready, your head will now drop to center, and you can either choose to just let your hands drop to your thighs, and you might just keep that chin tucked to chest and allow your spine to curve a little. So it's okay if that sternum goes to the back of the spine. If you want and you need more, hands come to the back of your head. This is stretching out the back of your neck, your upper spine. This is tonight perhaps instead of a shoulder stand, for example. We're really just working a manual stretch out for that upper back and neck. So you're going to keep your hands where they are, and it's your sternum that will lift, your elbows wing wide, little back bend. As your heart lifts up, your gaze might lift up. Just notice that opposite direction. And then come back to neutral when you're ready, and just drop the arms and just notice how one side might feel compared to the other. Yeah, let's go. Second side, sweeping that left arm up and around, over the head, and gently pulling that head down. Now remember, some of you will not need that hand working on the head. You might just skip it, and you might just let that ear drop to the shoulder. You might work that right hand just on the knee, or you might reach the right fingertips away, or even wiggle into the fingers. So after all the work we've done into the shoulders, we need to make sure your traps didn't overwork and your neck. So from here, let's work a variation where we now tuck the chin more to the shoulder and work into the corner. So your hand might move more to the back of the head. That's it. And hopefully we're getting more into that back right corner of the neck. And then when you're ready, back to center with that chin, let the head drop. We're going to repeat what we did before. Hands behind your head, let the elbows drape down by the face to add some weight. And do know that if you don't need that weight, that's okay. You might not need the hands behind you. It's okay to curve the spine and let that sternum move more toward the spine. Breathe into your back. So this work is real nervous system work. Really trying to be gentle with these stretches on these muscles. One more time, from the sternum and the core, you lift sternum to ceiling, elbows wing out, opening up, maybe a light extension or back bend, and open up. And back to neutral, drop the arms. Now, if you have a prop underneath your bottom, I want you to just move that prop out from underneath you, but keep your seat like so. What we're going to do is just a little bit of spiraling. So spiraling, we don't want this to be very much a practice of doing. I want it to be more a practice of being. So I want you to close your eyes, and you're going to use your sit bones as an axis or pivot point, and just start slow circles around in one direction. That's it. So your circles can be either bigger or smaller and subtler. It's a really nervous system work here we're doing after that strength work we did earlier. So we think of a baby, and a baby cries, and what's the first thing that most people instinctively do with that baby? They rock that baby. They sway that baby. And so this nervous system work, this rolling and releasing, is wonderful for our nervous system. What happens if you change direction? Go the other way. And it doesn't matter if you're working big movements, small movements, just allowing them to be a nice sway, a nice circle. And those movements become smaller and slower and smaller and slower again. And gradually you spiral in to what is apparent stillness for the outer body. But internally there might still be that stir. Relax the jaw just that little bit more. Allow there to be that little bit of space in between the teeth. And without disturbing yourselves too much, keep the eyes closed. Please do stay for Shavasana. Please, it's important. Shavasana. I want you to just allow your shoulders to be broad and melt back into the floor. Before we go fully into the Shavasana, the reason why I've asked you to stay is because the autopilot today, as I've said, was not just for the physical body and also for the habits of the mind, because you know how to chaturanga, up dog, down dog. But today we messed with it a little bit. But there was something that was beautiful when I was driving yesterday to the shops. I was listening to a commercial radio station, and there was a beautiful thing that came up on the radio, and it was one of the presenters saying, in this 3-minute slot, we'd usually be doing commercials and another song. But what we're going to do today is instead some mindfulness. This is a commercial radio station. And on this station, she said, so I want you to just stay here for a moment, and I'm going to ask you something that we ask each other frequently. Something that we're often not very invested to the answer or with the answer. Something that we rarely ask ourselves. And that when we do ask other people, or when we're asked, there is often an autopilot answer. I think you might know what question I'm talking about. How are you? So when we ask this question to others, or when we are asked this question, naturally, usual response is good, 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 fine, yeah, great. I want you, if possible, to allow it to become a deeper layer. I'm going to ask you in this Shavasana, how are you? Really, how are you? Sometimes the answer can be, oh, I'm actually better than I was a week ago. I was a lot more stressed a week ago. It might be something that you relate to as being, oh, that's positive. But it's also okay to just allow yourself to realize, oh, I'm not doing so great. It's not wrong to feel certain emotions, and this is a Chinese medicine perspective, but it is wrong or not useful, I should say, if they're blocked, if they're not acknowledged. We did a strong practice today in which you surprised the body, and then we eased off into hopefully this space of softness. I'm going to leave you for a minute, just of quiet, just to let go and be present. You can feel free to stay longer if you like. You might find there's a little more time needed to meditate. When we meditate, we become more us. We come closer to who we actually are and how we actually are. And it's okay if sometimes you come out of a meditation feeling, God, I'm angry. I'm really pissed off. Or if you come out of a meditation going, yeah, I feel better. That helped. Let it be. Acknowledge it. This too shall pass. These emotions are temporary. They will pass, and you'll feel completely different, maybe in an hour, or even in a day, or in a week. It will pass. I want you in your own time to bring some movement into fingers, your toes. Maybe stretch the arms overhead if that feels inviting. And then in your own time, might roll over onto your right hand side and take all the time you need to come up to seat. I just want you in your own time to allow your hands to rest at your knees, allow your neck to be long and your shoulders to drop away from your ears. Take an inhale through your nose, sigh out. 2 more. Inhale. Let go. Namaste. Thank you, Vix. So, sorry, I've just adjusted the camera. Sorry, guys. So thank you so much. Thank you for letting me mess with your vinyasas. And thank you for staying for meditation, because I know what it's like. I was at home practicing Lara's class it was Vicky's class the other night, and I got a message through and I was like, oh, there's a message. And at the end with the meditation, I thought, I need to cook dinner. It's so easy to cut your practice short at home. So really, when you can take this full session, it really makes a big difference, because you get the strength. And I hope poor Vicky, she must be freezing. We haven't got any heating in the studio.
I have a jumper.
She's got a jumper. I could have thrown it to you. But really, if you take that time to, after a strength practice where you're doing a lot of focused, strong work, to then really come down, it makes such a difference. I'm going to come around the other side, and Vicky's going to stay in front of the camera, and I'm just going to see who's there, see if you're still there. You might have gone and had dinner, to say hello. So... there's 3 still tuning in on Facey. Alyssa. Hannah. Hello, Susan. Now, who have we got? I think Mercedes. Jeremy. Oh my goodness, I haven't seen you in ages. Cara, Yohei, Stephanie, Alicia. Oh, Elsie. Oh, that was one for Elsie for sure. I hope you liked it, Elsie. Yeah, I reckon Elsie would have smashed that. Now, who have we got? I think we had Lakshay. It's so good to see you guys. Bernadette, Beth, Augusta, Kathy. So good to see you guys. We miss you.
Yes.
Look after yourselves. All right, we will finish up the meeting, guys. So thank you so much. And thank you, Vicky. You're the best. Let me smash your arms. You did great. Oh, thanks, Augusta. Good to see you. Thank you so much. Oh, I miss you too, Bernadette. I hope you're looking after yourself. You keep tuning in. It can get a little lonely on our own, so please do keep tuning in. It's so nice to see you. All right, beautiful people. Thank you so much. Good night. Good night.